I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool. His throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire. A fiery stream issued and came forth from the wood. Thousands ministered unto him, and 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him. The judgment was set, the books were opened.
I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven, and came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him. And there was given him dominion and glory, and a kingdom, that all people, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed. Psalm 110. The Lord said unto my Lord, Sit thou at my right hand, until I make thine enemies thy footstool. The Lord shall send the rod of thy strength out of Zion. Rule thou in the midst of thine enemies. Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power. In the beauties of holiness from the womb of the morning, thou hast the dew of thy youth. The Lord hath sworn, and will not repent. Thou art a priest forever after the order of Melchizedek. The Lord at thy right hand shall strike through kings in the day of his wrath. He shall judge among the heathen. He shall fill the places with the dead bodies. He shall wound the heads over many countries. He shall drink of the brook in the way. Therefore shall he lift up the head.
Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kakodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples towards younger brothers. And peace and blessings, salutation to the whole elect out there pushing his word in truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the believers, the listeners who may have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. All right, and what I want to get into today, is a lesson dealing with how we've been bamboozled, okay, and segueing into a lesson dealing with 100-fold. All right, because as we, mature in our understanding of this word or the doctrine, as we, are in this ministry, and what do we call this ministry? The truth. And it's the truth because it exposes the truth about everything, because Esau has created an empire of lies, all right? And it's lies upon top of lies, so it's layers, and you have people that might know, one or two truths, and they'll consider themselves woke, okay? But they still have multiple layers of lies that they still believe in, okay? And the one thing about the truth, it scripts Esau's deception, okay, and his empire lies down to the core, okay? It scripts everything down. It makes Esau's, deception bare, as we really, mature in the truth and we mature in the faith, the lies of Esau, he becomes bare, okay? And we fully understand what it is. All right, and that's why Yahweh Shai, spoke about us, walking in light, maneuvering in light, maneuvering from a perspective of truth, as Yahweh Shai is saying maneuvering in light, he's talking about us maneuvering from a perspective of truth, okay? No deception, no guile, all right? And you go into this word bamboozled, okay? It says to fool or to treat or to cheat, and you go into the synonyms, it means to trick, to deceive, to hoodwink, to mislead, all right, to double cross, to outmaneuver, to swindle, to entrap, okay, to beguile, to hoax, okay, and the things that have been presented to us in this society for our good has all been a hoax. Everything that was presented to us, okay, in this society and westernization, it was all a hoax, man. You know, from the politics, okay, to the culture, you know, the feminism, okay, the rap culture, you see, entertainment, Hollywood, all these things that was presented to us, you know, as a way to be, was all deception, man. It was all a hoax, okay. it was never, all right, for our benefit, man. Okay, everything that this man gave us, okay, as a culture and how to be and the standard, it was all a trick, man. You know, the convenience of this society, it was all a trick. It was all a way to outmaneuver the masses, man, especially the tribes. Okay, because now you have the masses of people entrapped on what you call a grid. Okay, because before the industrial boom, okay, the majority of people had common knowledge of how to work the earth, or how to work the land. Okay, a lot of people they fed, okay, off their farm. They fed themselves from their farm. Okay, they clothed themselves from their farm. They sheltered themselves from their farm, from their land. Okay, but as you get deeper into the industrial boom and cities start being put up, and the convenience of restaurants, okay, shopping malls, okay, you know, you see the city life. You can walk, you know, everything is in close proximity, okay, and that became the norm. All right, people segue from, you know, farm living and agriculture, okay, to the city life, man. The fine dining, okay, the expensive, you know, clothing. You see, women went from sewing to shopping, okay. Men, you know, went from, you know, being carpenters and working the land, okay, to, you know, lounges. You see, comfortable. All right, and as the years went on, the knowledge, you know, of working the land, you know, faded away to where we at today, to where you have less than 2% of the American population that are farmers. Okay, so that's 98% of the population that are grid dependent. You know, and that was a bamboozle. You see, because true wealth comes from the earth. Okay, and not only, you know, just the earth, but the wisdom of how to work the earth. All right, and as Israelites, you know, as we work the earth, the Lord, you know, will bless us and increase us. You see, that's why scriptures speak about the former and latter rain. You know, because you go back to Jerusalem, go back to Israel, it didn't rain a lot. Okay, so you will have, you know, that former rain when you first planted your crops. Okay, and that would, you know, prepare the ground, you know, to receive seed. Okay, and for a seed to sprout, and then that latter rain, you know, they'll pretty much finish off your harvest, and you will have, you know, a good harvest that year. Okay, so we were dependent on Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah. Okay, but Esau has changed that to where the masses depend on him. He's become the middleman to the resources of the earth. Okay, and him being the middleman, now, especially in America, which is the worst of the worst, you have to deal with what he wants to put, okay, in the food supply. Okay, you have to deal with his prices and his inflation with the food supply. Okay, you have to deal with what he says you can eat and can't eat. Okay, because think about it, you don't have no say so in the chemicals that are put in the food. All right, we don't have a say so in that. You're subjugated to the wickedness of Esau. Okay? You subjugated to dealing with his banks to get a loan to buy a house instead of the ability to build a house from wood on your land. Okay? A mortgage, you see, was people rarely pay off. And he's able, with the mortgage, to sell the same house over and over again. Okay? Just like with a car, car note. And if you can't pay it and you repo, he gets to sell that car over and over again, the same car. Okay? So this society of convenience and comfort, okay, was an entrapment, man. Okay? So when you go here, all right, when you go to the book of Sirach 29 and 22, it says, better is life of a poor man in a mean cottage, okay, than delicate fare in another man's house. Okay? So better is the life of a poor man in a mean cottage, because guess what? Because in that mean cottage, that man has sovereignty, man. Okay? He has a form of sovereignty, man. Okay? That's why you have, people leaving the grid and going to do homestead farms. Okay? They've escaped the debt of this society. They've gained the knowledge and working the land. Most likely be a married couple. Sometimes, a married couple with children. They done left corporate jobs and sold their houses, and and they go and live these homestead farm lives, and those people are extremely happy. You can see the glow on those people, man. Okay? You see, to where they control the food source. Okay? Now we know it's not going to be perfection in this society, because at the end of the day, they still going to have to deal with, the chaos that's to come. So that it's not the end all be all, as if they're just going to ride off into the sunset, but just going into a point. They still going to have to deal with, the judgment that's to come. Okay? But just going into the point of how, you have people leaving, okay, the grid and going to do homestead, and you can just see the joy and the relief, okay, as they work their land. The husband, the husband gets into carpentry. Okay, he understands how to breed, his livestock. Okay, the women, they get into the gardening and homesteading and, canning, and you see, dealing with the chickens, and you see. But then you have, the grid, the hustle and bustle of the grid, where people are frustrated. They have the convenience of this society, but they're frustrated, they're depressed. Suicide rate is at an all-time high. Okay? Debt is at an all-time high. Okay? Because it was all an entrapment. Okay? Because true wealth is the earth. And the wisdom of the earth. You see? Because let's get this in the GNT. This is Sirach 29:22 in the GNT. It said, it is better to be poor and live under your own cruel roof than to enjoy lavish banquets in other people's home. And Esau has it to where you can go buffet all day. You go get the $4 for $40 menus and go to the grocery store, and the things are already packaged and ready for you. Okay? And you can do that, as much as you want. Okay? You don't have to, deal with working the land. You can just go straight to the product. You can go straight and get the finished product. Okay? You can go hang out, kick it, bars, clubs. Okay? You can live a lavish okay, lifestyle, you know, their city life, okay? But it's a trade-off, but what do you trade off, man? Your ability to self-sustain. So now the grid is controlled by a switch that this man can turn on and off. So now you're tied, all right? We've been tied to this switch that turns on and off. Okay? So at his leisure, you know, he can turn that switch on and off. Okay? And we see glimpses of it. You know, where he calls things to shut down. Okay? And people go into uproar. You know? But this is what you see in this society. You know, this grid is another man's house. Because he controls the light switch. Okay? You think those people, you know, that are homesteading, all right, the stock market doesn't concern them, you know, because they have their resources and their resources reproduce themselves, man. The stock market, okay, has nothing to do with me breeding my livestock. Okay, Esau stock market, okay, or these chickens laying eggs. Okay, now at the end of the day, I say he's the devil, you know, so he has authority because he can just go to those homesteads and mow those people down. Okay, so the ultimate solution is not homesteading, you know, we just proving the point. All right, but the salvation that's going to come through Yahweh Shai and this man being removed from power. Okay, but we're just going into the point of how the masses have been, you know, bamboozled. Okay, so and then another trick, all right, because as you read the next verse, you know, it says, this is Sirach 29 and 23, it says, be happy with what you have, even if it isn't very much, and don't listen to anyone who would insult your home and family. Yeah, because another thing about this society, it's all about trying to impress. You know, it's all about trying to impress. Okay, that's that city spirit. Everyone trying to impress. You know, the type of car that you drive, and there's nothing wrong with nice things. But if that's what make you is the things you have, but you have no substance. Okay, that's the problem. Okay. Because people in this society, they live to impress. You know, you have people that stay with other people that buy $1,000 pair of shoes. You know, but you stay with someone, you don't even have your own. Okay, a Gucci outfit, you know, just to wear to the club, the city, all right, and the American popular culture, this consumer culture, has people priorities completely out of pocket, man. Okay, Louis Vuitton luggage, and you see, and the thing, and the money that people spend on designer. Okay, and you have someone that has the knowledge of the land, they can buy, you know, a few rams, okay, some sheep, okay, some chickens, and they can create, you know, wealth that can be passed down to their children, man. You know, they can create substance, all right, because at the end of the day, men, we should be able to enterprise, man. But the grid isn't built, okay, to enterprise. It's built to keep us a slave. You know, because even you go to the concept of money, people look at money as wealth. Money is not wealth, because money is just a measurement of how many resources you can buy. Okay? True wealth is owning the resources. Okay? That's the true wealth, is having ownership of the resources. And that's why the kingdom, we're going to be blessed with the resources. Okay? Not with money. The Lord's not going to give each Israelite a stimulus package of money. Nah, we're going to have resources. You know, the Lord's going to bless us with the resources. You see? Because if you have $1 million, that means that you can only get $1 million worth of resources. And that's it. That's your limit. So this whole concept of money as some form of wealth is not true wealth. You know? Well, you can turn that money and buy resources and let those resources, all right, generate true wealth. Okay? Going back to it, that's why a part of the blessing is what? Let's get the blessing. You know? And I didn't understand this. You know, I'm like, you know, you're young, you in church, you know, and you hear about the children of Israel, you know, the promised land of milk and honey. And you be like, damn, that's all they get? You know, some milk and honey. You know, because we was taught to think what? Consumerism, a Ferrari, okay? Even the type of women that we chased after, you know, that they glorified, that was poor quality, man. You know, and even on the grid, the things that we have access to is poor quality. You know, because it's convenient, but it's cheap. It's cheap convenience, man. It's low quality convenience, from the food to the women to the clothing. You see, it's all cheap convenience, man. Even the houses, man, the way these houses are built, okay, these $1 million mansions that people, they are cheaply built. It's built off cheap material, man. You spending $30 million on houses and you got sheetrock. You know, you ain't got no wood from Lebanon, okay? No gold, nothing. You know, that's you know, no pillars of gold, just sheetrock, concrete, and a lot of windows, okay? But because you stay in the hills in California, this house is, you know, $80 million, man. Okay? So, going from there, let's get that in the blessing. So you go to Genesis 27. So this is when Isaac is blessing Jacob. Okay. Hold on. Let me go to one of these shit. So when you go here to when Isaac, all right, is blessing Jacob. Like, so this Genesis 27 and 27. All right. It says, and he came near and kissed him. All right. And he smelled the smell of his raiment and blessed him and said, see, the smell of my son is as the smell of the field which the Lord hath blessed. And it said the smell of the field, which is the earth. Okay. Which the Lord hath blessed. See, the true wealth is in the earth. That's why in the kingdom of heaven, we're going to have dominion over the earth and what the earth produces. Okay? Those nations are going to bring resources unto us. Okay? That's going to be their tribute. They're not going to be bringing bags of money. Nah, they're going to be bringing gold, silver, okay? Different resins, stones, okay? The best of their livestock, okay? They're going to give that to us, okay? So you keep reading. It said, therefore the Most High give thee of the dew of heaven, okay? And the fatness of the earth, and plenty of corn and wine. Now, when you read this in the NLT, it says, from the dew of heaven and the richness of the earth, okay? The true wealth is in the earth, the richness of the earth. Because even the things that you enjoy from the city, all right, it comes from the earth, okay? You on the rooftop, all right, kicking it, drinking mimosas, okay? Eating, you know, red snapper, all that comes from the earth. The champagne, that comes from the earth. Those grapes, okay, the orange juice, that comes from the earth. You know, the oranges, you see? So even the things that, you know, that people enjoy in the city life, it comes from the earth. Okay? Those expensive cars, well, those elements that make those cars come from the earth. You see? You know, and we know that things are more synthetic now. You know, so like, but yeah, we understand that you know, Esau, you know, because he just, you know, gets further into his wickedness, you know, and he tampers with everything. All right, but we fully understand that, you know, he's in the lab, you know, synthetic things and synthetic materials for clothing, but things in this natural state, everything comes from the earth. You know, even when he, you know, makes synthetic things, he just manipulates. All right, things that naturally come from the earth, he just manipulates it. Okay, but when you go back to Genesis 27 and 28, it says, "From the dew of heaven and the richness, okay, and the richness of the earth, may the Most High always give you abundant harvest of grain and a bountiful new wine." All right, so he said the richness of the earth and the bountiful harvest. Okay, a bountiful harvest, because you go into the very previous chapter. Now, when Isaac, the Lord came to Isaac, you know, and he began to bless Isaac, okay, because of his father Abraham. Matter of fact, I read into it. This is Genesis 20. This is Genesis 21:1, and I read in NLT. It says, "A severe famine now struck the land, as had happened before in Abraham's time. So Isaac moved to Gerar, where Amalek, king of the Philistines, lived. The Lord appeared to Isaac and said, 'Do not go down to Egypt, but do as I tell you. Live here as a foreigner in the land, and I will be with you and bless you. I hereby confirm that I will give all these lands to you and your descendants.'" So he's promising what? The earth. Okay, just as I solemnly promised Abraham your father. "I will cause you, your descendants, to become as numerous as the stars of the sky, and I will give them all these lands, the earth, and through your descendants, all the nations of the earth will be blessed." Going to the tribes, okay, because through Jacob you will have 12 tribes, you know, and each tribe is likened to a nation. Okay, that's why you see, you know, the tribes, you know, you got Brazil, you know, all right, you got Argentina. You see, those are the lands where the tribes deal, but they operate as individual nations, man. Okay, Uruguay, all right, Peru, you know, all those different southern and you know, Jamaica, all right, the Isles, you know, Dominican Republic, Haiti, you know, they're all descendants of Jacob, but they operate as 12 individual nations. Okay, but the Lord's going to bring us together under one banner, under the banner of Israel, Yasha Allah. Okay, and we're going to be blessed. You see, and it says, "So Isaac stayed in Gerar. When the men who lived there asked Isaac about his wife Rebekah, he said, I'm gonna skip down. All right. Jump down to 12. All right. So it says, verse 12 says, "When Isaac planted the crops that year, he harvested 100 times more grain than he planted, for the Lord blessed him. He became very rich, and his wealth continued to grow. he acquired so many flocks of sheep and goats, herds of cattle and servants that the Philistines became jealous of him, man. Okay? So Isaac planted and received 100-fold, you know? And Lord will we receive 100-fold for what we're doing. That's the spirit as Isaac received 100-fold. And if you have ears to hear, all right, which you know Isaac to be Yahushua told us we will receive 100-fold. Okay? Which we'll segue into that. But I want to get this here in Job also showed you that our forefathers was rich in the earth, you know, and we went to Genesis, the promise of Jacob, okay, that was given to Jacob is that he will be rich in the earth, okay, not FRNs, man. That's why you really couldn't put a you really couldn't find the net worth for our forefathers, okay, because the resources reproduce themselves. They constantly reproduce themselves, man. You know, Esau tell you, you know, make your money work for you. Well, no, the resources supposed to work for us, man. Okay, livestock they reproduce. Okay, you plant, and your land supposed to yield a harvest. Okay, the earth works for us, man. You see, not saying if you know if you savvy with money, you know you're off. You know, but you just going to how it's supposed to be. Okay, you know. So don't throw don't throw your $80 out the window. Your wallet or your purse. Don't throw your last $80 out, after the lesson, But we just going to, true wealth, you know. Uh, so you go here to the book of Job, chapter 42 and verse 10. All right. This is when Job is restored. It says, "And the Lord turned the captivity of Job," and that captivity gonna be turned, Because right now we're in the captivity, man. We're in captivity in this flesh. We're in captivity on this grid, okay? In captivity to this system, man. Okay? But our captivity is soon going to be turned, And it says, and the Lord turned the captivity of Job when he prayed for friends. Also, the Lord gave Job twice as much as he had before. Then came there, and see, this is going to be us, that during the time of King Solomon, that was the golden age. That's when we had as much as we ever had as a nation. That commonwealth, okay, where every Israelite was prosperous, man. Every man under his own fig, okay, big families, Could nobody, we wasn't worried about no stock market. All right, we didn't have to budget a child, okay, into the family. That's nonsense to budget a child, to have to budget life, okay. But the grid makes you have to, it makes it very burdensome to bring new life onto this grid, man. And it's like that on purpose, man, because Esau is all about population control, man. And part of his new world order is to depopulate. All right, because he's a damn devil. Okay, and it says, then came there unto him all his brethren, all his sisters, and all they that had been of his acquaintance before, and did eat, all right, bread with him in his house, and they bemoaned him and comforted him over all the evil that the Lord had brought upon him. Every man also gave him a piece of money, and every one an earring of gold. And they wasn't giving him money, okay, as far as FRN notes or paper currency, man. They was giving him actual resources, man. Gold, silver, okay. They was bringing him actual resources. All right, verse 12 says, "So the Lord blessed the latter end of Job more than the beginning, for he had 14,000 sheep and 6,000 camels and 1,000 yoke of oxen and 1,000 she asses. He also had 7 sons and 3 daughters." And that's another thing. Children are a part of a man's enterprise, man. But like I say, on the grid, it's not meant for you to enterprise. Okay, it's a burden to enterprise. Okay. Because not only, okay, just the children themselves, seed, the cost of living has to factor in when you bring in seed, okay? And then the type of women that this society produces, you know, that's that could be counterproductive to a man's enterprise, man. Okay? This society isn't meant for men to enterprise and have sovereignty, man. Okay? It's meant to be debt slaves and greed slaves. Okay? There's no, and even when you go into this school system of teaching, the children, all right, this curriculum, it was just teaching them the basic, all right, skills needed to work in these factories and these plants, man. Okay? Or if you want to go to higher education, okay, it's still to work in corporate America, man. It's all based on, because you look at it, we give most of our time to the American corporation, and the resources of money, the money that we get from giving our time, for trading our time for money, most of that money goes back to the corporations, and you have very little, okay, to really build with, and it's like that by design. Okay? Your woman, like, that's why you look at those homesteads, you see, those couples, all right, those married couples, man, that man, and their woman, they're putting all their labor into their land, and they reap the benefits, man, and they don't owe, and they don't have this crazy overhead. Okay? They're not hustling and bustling. They don't have to deal with traffic. Traffic is demonic, man. Especially that work hour traffic, man. That's the cause of a lot of depression, man. Here it is. You start off by waking up early, getting in the traffic with everybody else, which is extremely stressful. Okay. Then you get to a job that you hate. Okay. You work that job with people that you hate. Okay. And you leave that job that you hate with the people that you hate at the job. Then you get right back in that work traffic. Okay? And the time you making home, okay, you're beat. You can't, that's why children grow up so fast, because the parents are not around. You don't know them. You barely know your children. The state, all right, is raising the children. The TV, okay, that's another thing. Children are supposed to have chores, and that creates that, and that goes into a lot of the development of the next generation. Is the children, having chores and responsibility at an early age, man, having an expectation, learning life skills that not only benefit them but benefit the community that they're in, man. Okay. But that's not being done, all right? The children are being raised in a room like a prison, okay, with tablets and devices. No idea how the earth works, but know everything about, okay, a app or how to edit a video on TikTok, okay? The parents are at war with the bills. You see, if not at war with each other and the bills, okay? And the children are just pretty much in the room most of the time, getting raised by devices, man. Okay? Not learning any skills that have to do with life. So, let's go from there. Because as Isaac, received 100-fold, Lord will, we are going to receive 100-fold. Okay? When you read this, You know, because what we're doing now, you know, it's like we're spiritual farmers. The prophets, okay, are like spiritual farmers, man. Okay, plant seed. Okay, and we're just waiting on the harvest, you know, of the elect, which Yahweh Shai, because this is Yahweh Shai's, you know, vineyard. The elect is likened unto the vineyard of Yahweh Shai, you know, and we're those laborers in the field, you know, planting seed and cultivating the crop of the elect for Yahweh Shai, you know, and we're all going to benefit off the harvest. Okay, so when you read, that's why I say is Isaac received 100-fold, which we know who Isaac was. Okay, let's go here. Let's see. All right, this is the book of Matthew, chapter 19, and verse 27 says, Then answered Peter and said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? And Yahushua said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, you also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay, so first, Yahushua, you know, lets them know, like, look, you're going to have a rank, because Israel as a nation, okay, is going to be in rulership, okay, but amongst, okay, the elect, there's going to be rank. So he's letting them know that you're, all right, going to be the top tier. You're going to be the upper echelon, okay, of this ruling family of Israel when we are placed back in the power, okay. And it says, verse 29, it says, And everyone that have forsaken houses or brethren or sisters or father or mother or wife or children or lands, okay, for my name's sake shall receive 100-fold and inherit everlasting life. You see? So we're sowing into something that's going to keep reproducing itself. See, the blessing of the kingdom of heaven is going to keep reproducing more blessings. Okay? Because the children that we're going to have, they're going to continue to have children, and their children are going to keep having children. Okay? The livestock, you know, the earth, you see, it's just going to produce crazy. That's another thing, that we're going to see the earth really give forth its strength. Right now, the earth is very sickly, man. The earth is not producing its strength. That's why there's not a lot of strength in the foods. Now, you know, there are better ways of eating, you know, and they work. You know, that's another thing too, like eating from the earth is a very powerful thing. You know, I just did a 12-day fruit cleanse, man, you know, and it did the body wonders. You know, the elder brother could knock down to the bay, you know, which he's down here, you know, in Memphis, you know, which are 3 hours away. But the brother came down a couple of weeks ago, man. You know, he put me on the regimen, and you know, with the fruit and the herbs, and it worked wonders, man. You know, the body, you know, is you know, a restoration. You know, I haven't felt like that in a long time. You see, but it was just mainly eating, you know, out the earth. You know, the fruits and the herbs. You know, that's all. You know, I was on for them 12. You know, my 12 and a half days. You know, just eating from the earth. You see, well, you know, it's a balance. You know, so there's nothing wrong with meat. You know, but this society teaches us to overindulge in them things, man. You see, so just taking a break from it and really, you know, tapping into the raw foods of the earth, that's a powerful thing. You know, and if it has this effect now, what type of effect is the food gonna have in the kingdom when the earth is giving forth its strength? When it's gonna be every, Everything is gonna be packed with the nutrients and the fibers, okay, and the minerals, okay, needed to sustain life. You know, but that's that we're not gonna get. That's why scriptures say a new heaven and a new earth, because we're not gonna inherit this sickly earth. We're gonna inherit a new earth, a refreshed, okay, a refreshed earth, okay, the earth that's gonna give forth this strength. You see, this is what we're gonna inherit, man. So in this truth, there's no such thing as a loss. Okay? The things that we're gonna lose when, the persecution hits heavy, when the C-hip is mandated, okay, we're gonna lose houses. Okay? Some brothers, lose their families even, just by staying faithful to Yahushua. But in Jacob's trouble, that's gonna be on the increase, man. Hey, women gonna leave. You see? But we not, all right, banking on those things, man. We're banking on the increase. We're banking on the 100-fold. That's why our mind is set on the 100-fold, man. Okay? And then 100-fold is gonna be your quality, man. You see? So, reading on, and it says, and everyone that have forsaken houses or brethren or sisters or father or mother or wife or children, all right, or lands for my name's sake shall receive an 100-fold and shall inherit everlasting life. And that's another thing, okay? Because just like, money, the money of this society, the FRN notes, it puts a limit on what you can do. Well, in this society, we in this age, okay, as Israelites, we have what you call a lifespan, how long you can live. You have a expectancy, lifespan expectancy. Well, what we're sowing into, all right, the Lord is going to take that cap off of us, man. There'll be no such thing as a lifespan. It's going to be eternal. So as we put these videos out, okay, we're planting seed. We're constantly planting seed. All right, which is truth in the mind of the believers. Okay, and what's happening? The elect is sprouting up in the earth. And the reward from Yahushua, the owner of the vineyard, is gonna be 100-fold of everything, man. And it's gonna be a continual 100-fold. Okay? Forever, man. You see? That's why you have the parable of the sower. All right, I read this, but many that are first shall be last, and the last shall be first. Okay? So as we're laboring, all right, for a come up. All right, because we're doing this labor of love as the very last, as the tail of society. The Lord has his men as the very last of rank on the totem pole. The Israelite man has the least rank in the earth. But that's the perfect place to be in, because it produces character, man. It produces integrity. It cultivates character, integrity. You see, discipline. Okay? And those are qualities needed, for rulership. So it's good that the Lord has us in a position, all right, with the least rank in the earth doing this labor, man. Because it's cultivating us. Going back to, it's like doing chores, like we talked about, earlier, doing chores. Okay? Those young children, the young boys and girls that will grow up on the farm. Okay? Your sons and daughters that will grow up on the farm, they will have those chores, man. Okay? So even though they're going to inherit everything, well, they have to become like a servant. Even though their son is going to inherit, all these acres and livestock and even the servants, all this, agriculture and, He's going to inherit those things. Well, he has to learn how to work those things. Okay? He has to understand how all those things work and labor and be hands-on before he's able to inherit it, because it develops an appreciation, okay, for what he's going to inherit. Okay? Just as a woman, she would have to, her mother, on that farm, she would have to learn, okay, motherly skills. She would have to learn wifely skills. Okay? She would have to learn how to work and till, and that will make her appreciate, okay, when she has, a house that she has to oversee now. She's the lady of the house now. It'll make her appreciate that role and appreciate their husband and his role. Okay? Because she's seeing, what it takes to keep everything going. She's seeing firsthand by watching her father, watching her brothers. Okay? The long days and nights, that it takes to keep, things going. So she develops an appreciation for her role and an appreciation for her husband's role. You see? So it's good that the Lord has us in this lower state, laboring, because it's just developing, it's cultivating us, to be, all right, those well-rounded, righteous rulers and humility, man. Okay? So going from there, look at this in Psalms. We can close it out here, I'll make this too long. Psalms 37. Yep, this is right. This is Psalms 37:7. It says, "Rest in the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Al-Shai, and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of him, all right, who prosper in his way, because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass." Okay, fret not. All right, and this dealing with Esau, Edom, and see, we're watching Esau attempt to bring a new world order to the earth. Here it is. This man has already bamboozled the masses, has everyone, dependent on his grid, and the life skills. People don't have life skills. People just bugged out. They depend on his, medicines instead of the earth. Okay, they depend on him for everything. All right, so this devil, he wants to double down in it. He wants even more control. He wants even more control, and the masses to have less control. Okay, that little 2%, that are farmers now, he want to take that away and have everyone dependent on his straight synthetic madness, man. So we seeing this man, make those steps towards that way. We fret not, all right? We're not in the uproar, because we know how it turns out. Okay? So you read on and it says, "Cease from anger and forsake wrath. Fret not thyself in any wise to do evil." It's not on us to try to overthrow this man. Okay? It's not on us, all right, to try to do a coup. All right, on the devil, as we understand what's going on, because scripture say, oppression maketh a wise man mad. Okay, it's a vexation. Okay, but we have the orders to stand down, until the Lord, all right, brings that vengeance, man, and brings that judgment and collapse, all right, and destroys, this man enterprise. Okay, so this is verse 9, and this is the main point. It says, "For evildoers shall be cut off, but those that wait upon the Lord, they shall inherit the earth. They shall inherit the earth. You see? So Esau's going to be cut off. No more middleman between the resources, man. Okay, he's going to be cut off. All authority that was given to him going to be taken from him, man. Okay, and he's going to be cut off, okay, from being, all right, the wicked, all right, ruler of the earth, man. You know, and it says, they that wait upon the Lord, which is the elect, is going to inherit the earth, man, and everything in it, and everything that the earth produces. That's what we're going to inherit. The actual earth itself and everything that it produces, man. Okay? You see? And this is the reward of the elect. And we're going to get to enjoy their reward forever. You know? And the earth is just going to constantly give increase, man. Okay? It's going to go back to its youth. Okay? Like a young woman. You know, a young woman, she will be fertile. Okay? In her youth. Okay? The children will be stronger. The children that are born to women in their youth. Okay? And this is what the earth is going to go back to. Okay? And we're going to be in our strength. You know? We're going to be restored. You know, for the sake of nation building. All right? To where the men are going to be potent. All right? And the women, all right, are going to be fertile. Okay? Of Israel. So, yeah, man. You just think about it like, man, we've been bamboozled. Okay? From top to bottom. All right? But the Lord has opened the eyes of the elect. Okay? And now we know, okay, we got to sow in the spirit. Okay? And we're going to reap the harvest of everlasting life and abundance. Okay? At the return of Yahushua, man. At the turn of because Yahushua's second coming is likened unto the harvest. You know? So we're sowing, okay, into the harvest of Yahushua. You see? So, Lord will, you brothers, all right, and you sisters edified. Once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushua, by Hashem, Kakodash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers. And peace and blessings, salutations to the whole elect. Shalom.